Okay. Actually, hold on a second, because the fans got really angry. So I think I'm gonna cut down a bit on that boost I just gave the audio. Okay. That should be less angry, fans. I'm gonna get these. Whoa. Just finished my lunch. Truth be told, the voice to angry fan ratio not really gonna change, but a bit less loud. Actually, what I could probably do. Let's drop. It's being supported by the. Give me a second. Drop that lower. Drop this lower. And then just scooch up to it and pretend I have a better monitor setup. Oops. Okay, so a few changes been made since the last stream, which was, let's pretend it wasn't a month ago. More than that. So one of the big things I did was did a bit of detail. Built out this block right here by the stadium, giving it some parking on what would basically be like your main entrance end. I think all of this should be commercial. Yeah, all that's commercial. I'm going to drop a bit more in. Excuse me. At some point I need to... I think I went... No. I might have gone too deep on that. No, because this is supposed to be an alleyway in between. Okay. Now I remember. And that means since the last stream, I've done all this work, and it's back and forth. I've actually just run a couple tests on doing some things, what we're doing next. I'll go over those in a minute, though. But add some detail. As soon as these are done, I need to remember to put an alleyway in here. I moved the unique building because what I'm thinking we're going to do is a lot of the higher density will fall back here as we move up the river to get whereby we'll build the city more up here. How we build between this, wonderful question, which I knew the answer. But so that basically sums up everything that happened in Lakeview, which is the city we built during the first stream. Going back to, moving on. Oh, another thing, added in districts. So we've got Junction Township here, which is basically the township for Livland Junction. These town / eventually going to be a city at the rate of which population growth I have projected. That we built last stream. From what I can tell, I definitely, fairly certain I built up the farms a bit more, adjusted their size just to give them about an alley's length away from the main road. Additionally, we split it up, I want to say about an alley's length in between each field, and then just ran some paths. If we see people walking it'll be nice to see. Another bit of detail work that I did. Power lines. So for all the more rural areas, we've got power lines going everywhere, including up into the farms themselves. Which will be more prevalent, I think, over in this northern farm, whereby the power line splits at the road and runs all the way back here. Additionally, as you can no doubt tell by building up the... Ooh, my eye. Also, I just realized I can't see chat. There we go. Now I can see chat. That was the wrong window. In dividing everything up into districts, I have planned a couple developments, one of which I did put together off stream. That development right here is Forester Park, which... I gotta think about stories for these, because I've recently decided we're actually going to grid out a bit of Livland Junction right here in front of the quarries in an area that will be relatively air pollution free. We'll get back to that in a minute. But yeah, so we've got 3 developments here, one of which I finished, one of which is very in question due to something we'll bring up in a minute. All that's been built out. Added this road into Livland Junction and also built an office to finish off this block. I think... So that's about it for everything that happened between the streams, minus right here. Originally we had a junction for the main line right there. I've decided to change plans because, I mean, if we're gonna build a large city, as much as the game allows us, mind you, there should be more than one railroad. And they actually put this together before City Planner Plays did his recent episode of Magnolia County. This has probably been about 2 weeks before that. So in real time, probably the same time, we had that same idea. But the idea is this is going to be, realistically speaking, it could be a class 1. It could also be a class 3. Talking, of course, from an American perspective on railroads. Point being that this is going to be a this should be a not so heavily trafficked line. Hence why it's single track with the occasional siding / passing track. We of course also have this bit right here, so that whereby in theory there would be some interchanging between the main line right here of the railroad I need to name, because we don't have those to give it that fun roleplay aspect. But yeah, so that's the last thing that... Oh, okay, I lied. One more thing happened off camera, and that's this highway right here. I've been thinking about the roleplay elements, and so... Oh, actually, then there's that there. We realigned the highway to go through Livland and Lakeview. So the idea is we have 2 highways. A sort of realignment, well, main highway that goes through Lakeview, and then it's going to meet up with the river highway right here and go all the way down here, ending right there. Then we have in Lakeview Junction, where there's a turn that at one point might have been a bit more intricate, but safety concerns led to a change in development. We probably could change that up if need be, now that I'm thinking about it. Have an asymmetric right there, and then just have this one be like a ramp that interchanges right there. That would allow most drivers to keep speed, but if we're going to build a town right there, bad idea. With how close we already are to Lakeview, terrible idea. You're going to want people slowing down. Or at least being more alert, because this is going to be... That's a decently long straightaway. Speaking of decently long straightaways, over here. So, we mentioned highway breaks off there. From Livland, I'm not exactly sure about it going out that way yet. That's going to need some thought, but I figured all of these are sort of just going to follow the grids. Livland will go that way. Actually, looking at realistically speed, that one would wind up meeting up with the one that's going to go along here. Ooh, excuse me. Like right about there, and probably just follow the river, really. We said we don't know where we're going with that way. This way, probably just going to go to the end of the map. What else is in the plans? Wellsworth Township right here. In this corner, I'm thinking we're going to build a geothermal facility. I know at one point I talked about moving our landfill there, but then we'd be putting the landfill on water. Terrible idea. I know resource map. Helps if I can remember which one resources is. That's all pollution, natural resources. This will be interesting because we've got the oil right there, we've got the ore right there, and I was thinking about putting the landfill somewhere up in here as a counterpoint to Wellsworth. We might... don't know about that. And... yeah, still got to work on figuring out where we're moving the landfill to, because it's definitely going to be in the way. While reviewing it, I did come up with an idea for what to do with the landfill. Obviously, since it's been used for trash, not exactly where people might really build housing, so we might just put an industrial area, build an industrial park here to sort of counterbalance everything being over there, which feels concerning. And I think all of that moves us over to what is the elephant in the room. So part of my detailing, I did dig out quarries here. Realism might not be our friend here. This might be a bit small. Also, let's see if I can get it. Yeah, the grades on them. I don't know if you'd be operating heavy machinery on that. But the bigger thing is, I mentioned running some quote-unquote simulations, i.e. ran a few unsaved variants, all based around this, starting at this point, and what I found was, as anybody who has a bit of knowledge with game knows, you can't exactly have a large quarry without them immediately throwing the rock cutter in on you. So both of these at the end of last stream had rock cutters in them. So my idea was, okay, cool, we'll just break them up. So we've got smaller quarry here, doesn't get a rock cutter. Quarry here, no rock cutter. These quarries, no rock cutter. That came with a small problem. Now I have 4 quarries spewing a lot of air pollution. And where are they putting that air pollution, you might ask? Straight into the 2 developments I was planning to build to support these to support these industries. Now, sure, well, I was going. Now, sure, why don't we just build it there? I don't know. Why don't we just build the developments right there? We're already building a town on top of this giant ore cluster. And there's one right there. Like, seriously, there is no way this stays a town. It just becomes this giant city built off of mining. You've got your aggregate right there. You obviously have the farms up north. But then you've got ore processing, ores galore. More ore. Don't think I did anything clean there. But, yeah, so if we want to build these 2 developments, and by we, I mean me, the extra quarries kind of need to go. And so I was thinking that's the first thing we'll do in this stream. But obviously, doing that, the rock crusher comes back. So we have to be strategic with it. Few things I took note of. This one will go because... That one will go because this was my original one placed after I had moved it off stream in order to reduce the effect both of these things right here had on air pollution going to Grainview. Next up. Actually, you know what? We could probably... I haven't checked that. I'm going to check that later. First thing we're going to do is district tools, specialized industry. And then try and figure out what my brain is telling me. Okay. Take from there, do about 180 there. Then we'll just grid that out against the road. Except instead of gridding it out against the road, let's get that. Why? Because then we can do this. Okay, I do want to move that forward a bit. Come on, just stick your smudge in. Okay, move them back. Move them forward so I have micro smudge in. And we just lose 2 bushes. Whatever. And then what we'll probably sit on is that this is a quarry that just isn't in use anymore. Been deactivated. Now, I am going to have to play smudging again, because I didn't like the edge of that getting caught. There we go. And then we wind up with no rock crusher, all while having, you know, the one right there. Next up, we will get rid of you. And then we're going to follow the same... We're going to follow the same rule we did with that, just... leave a quarry... Actually, no. Move that one. Just leave one of our quarries in disuse, saying it's deactivated because we don't want the rock crusher to appear. This I did test out. It wasn't as bad on the pollution. Going into here. Next up. Let's double check our air real quick, because this actually plays a part into the development of Livland Junction, which I think I'm going to actually take right now. Because it's a kind of, let's look at it this way. If we want to give some age to it, we would say the town developed before a lot of these more modern developments came in. So what we're going to do... Actually, this is lined up, I think. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Ski-dokski. Let's just build that out like so, and then we're just going to draw in a few grids. I'm trying to remember. I think I was doing that, because the idea is going to be these are a lot of smaller housing. It's a lot of smaller housing. So we want to build the grid to basically coincide with the 6 point. Right there, like that. I think I will insert that though. Then we will have this right here like that. See if we can draw it straight. And then draw these roads straight on through to the other side. Except... we're just going to get rid of that lot. I don't think anyone really needs to live there. No one needs to live there. We'll probably replace that with a pathway just... oh, nope, never mind. Game knew exactly where I was going with that. In comparison to my brain, that didn't figure out where I was going with it. Then we'll take this road on through, which forms a slightly wonky intersection here, but is what it is. And then what we can do is we've been building up a lot of European. We've been doing European homes here a lot, mostly because, as some people have pointed out, let's go up to Livland, where I think I have North American style homes. The smaller ones are mobile homes, which, not to bash. Well, actually, you know what? I might intersperse a few. But yeah, it takes until like the later levels for it to get there, so Yeah, these smaller level 2 ones actually I think kind of will fit the mood a bit. But yeah, no, like this one definitely gives the vibe of it could have been a mobile home at one point. They sort of built it out and then of course replaced the blocks that we've been standing on with a proper foundation, or even put the mobile home on a proper foundation. But yeah. Point I think I forgot to mention is we're going to keep a lot of high density up here and low density around there, since, you know, higher density moving into the city, lower density out here. But anyways, getting back to this. Oh yeah, side points. We are actually close to unlocking both the Pop Mansion and the Rock Mansion. So those will actually be some fun things to try and find locations for. And then let's just sort of alternate it. Actually, yeah, no, let's do exactly that. Let's just sort of draw in... Oh, I got a call. Hold on. Hi, brain. It's Self. You forgot to turn the microphone on. That was a good one. Side note, what is the... Move the network rack into my office, I said. It'd be brilliant, I said. You'll have to get rid of the air conditioner, though. Though I didn't like it because it was too loud. Realized I'm sweating because it's actually getting warmer outside again. And the sad addition is I am in a bedroom with not just my workstation, but also my main server. So there's a 20-degree delta between my office and the outside world. But, let's see. Crud. Now it's been long enough I forget what I said while the mic was muted. Let's just rephrase everything. Finish that up. This is a bit wonky. Gonna need to finish that. Might see if a park can fit in there. It was definitely on my to-do list to pop in here because I was looking at it when I did some build-ups for Quarryview and even Grainview. I thought what we could do is go in here and just like pick up all the parks, because letting these developments build up is actually going to bring us up to level 6. But yeah, so we've got this in. So let us, I think we're on North American right now, so let's change to European. Let's change to European and have fun just alternating our little 3x3s, which, hi, it's me again, brain. You made one small error, and that's that these aren't perfect. Let's... That was a thing. Okay, so no matter what we do, it's perfectly mirrored. Let's not, you know, beat it up for that. This is perfectly mirrored. So I think we're just gonna sit with the 3x2 lots on that road. Let's real quick change back to North American though, so we can refill in these gaps. But yeah, so this one will be a bit different because of the corner right there. Yeah, no, because of that corner right there. I was trying to talk myself into it. Doing a, just releasing some 2x2s right there. Which I think we will, honestly. Because what it is this is supposed to... This will definitely be the part whereby a lot of the quarry workers work. Much akin to, there's this Eggment in a local city for me. That actually I've had family live in. That was basically housing for the entire industry. Well, okay, you know, I'd say it's actually not uncommon. In the U.S., you'll have a lot of districts and city. If you're in a city with a mill, there will be, some of them have districts whereby there was just blocks galore of housing for people who work the mills. From there, I think we're going to want to pull in the replace tool. Because I've tried to resist it, but let's be real. Gonna leave a gap there for now. Don't want to develop that until we get a rundown on the air pollution situation, which is why I don't think we're going to build up Grainview or Quarry Field yet. I think so. Last thing we're missing out on is just doing this block right here, which one of the things I miss about Cities 1 is I can't really get a readout. Wow. I mean, like, what are the odds? Yeah, and then we're just going to leave that undeveloped for now. I think there could definitely be an option for developing this out towards Foggy Highway. But I'm not feeling it right now. Let's let that build up. Let's let Forester Park build up. And then let's just, you know, hit play. Watch these areas just build up. And then, in a few minutes, get the pop-up of, hey, guess what you unlocked? And I don't even know where we're going to build that yet, because I talked to, like, my design ideas were that this is a rural area, which you're getting it a bit over here in South River and Millersburg. But right now, Livland Junction is anything but rural, to an extent. Or at least gonna grow and be not all that rural. More of a, I'm gonna say it, it's gonna be more of a yuppie community. Okay, I shouldn't go that far, because I'm not planning a giant commercial development that's gonna back up traffic. Oh, that might be in the future. Another thing I was thinking about off camera was, so our mail right now, let's go to the mail map. Doesn't exist in Livland Junction. It's basically perfectly covered up in Lakeview, but in Livland we've got nothing. And, you know, just having that American influence. Wait a minute. Ah, son of a gun. I'm going to leave that one up to interpretation. Reality is, I know I don't actually need to pause it to do this. So yeah, let's just do some seaplaner play style. Let's assume I might want to continue that road out, so let's just pop in the post office. Actually, no. Let's continue that road out. And then we'll move the post office again. Then, because it looks like there's a slight change in gradient, we're gonna do that. Do you? Don't know why I something like that. So the reality is that actually this alleyway is mostly just a maintenance road, so I don't think it really needs to be all that much. So I'm actually gonna give nope, taking a small section back. We're gonna have the main intersection be asphalt, but the rest of it will just be gravel. Because definitely if this was built up more, I would definitely believe that'd be an asphalt, but depending on the mood, you might have just that intersection there and then it's like dirt the rest of the way. There's one of our passenger trains crossing over this section where I'll build a junction right there, because this actually bleeds into the next thing I was thinking about, which is building a school for Livland Junction and its neighboring communities, of which stuff is actually popping up now. You can see Forester Park is rather built up. All of this is, of course, the European theme, not the American theme. I might go full North American. No, definitely going full North American on Grainview, though. Just have them sort of like alternate. Give them that, sorry, I keep moving away from the microphone. Give them that sort of, I don't want to call it a homeowners association, but my joke is about how they're more modern developments, which do tend to be homeowners associations. It's been one of my biggest annoyances when I look at homes. You get rid of all the new developments by saying, no, I don't want to buy in a homeowners association. By the way, my price range is not way more than I can afford on a general salary. It does strike me minimum wage at this point is actually just barely more than I was making in my last job. So, yeah. We're not going politics. I thought there was a car accident there. Right, school. This is actually going to be I paused for a minute because I spent so much time trying to design it, make it look nice, fit the high school and the elementary school in. And so the game's going to get probably a bit wonky there, but not nearly as bad as a certain Minecraft was. So no, I want Steam. On Steam, and I want to go through my screenshots. And let's find the one I had. The one I had for this block is... I must have... Oh no. No. Yes, okay, I do have one. It was... Okay, so I had a first design. So my first draft would have put the football field for the high school, like, right here next to the rails. Problem is that the way in which the game does the football fields... Hold on, let me go look at the football field again. Yeah, no, so what I was getting at is, in my view at least, the way in which the game does the football field, you've got... Anyways, you've got like this smaller set right here, which I would generally argue is your visitors field, visitor side of the field, and then we've got the like larger one, which would be your home team side, whereby everybody goes. So you want to leave this parking area whereby everybody would be coming in. General admissions is like right there. So putting that right next to the railroad just felt like a terrible idea. So what we're doing is we've got this road right here, and I think I'm... Okay, so we do the small parking lot, which will line us up right... Don't know what's up with the game lately. Does that from time to time. Puts us right there. So let's take a parking lot, and then we can go for the medium parking lot, which I'm just really loving for reasons. Let's bulldoze that. Before we forget, turn off the parking fee for that, because the idea is this is supposed to be the parking lot for the school. Oh, hold on. Real quick switcheroo so that it's facing the school. Like, the AI will not pretend that that's, you know. Anyways. Let's bust out the elementary school. And if anyone's thinking it, yes, I know we don't actually need to do this. I do this in, like, every game just for the sake of realism to me. Anyways, so we've got that. We have to send an alleyway up here because of the high school. And then let's go back into education. Toss in said high school. Which I think, yep. Left that out. Gotta go back down there. Originally, which some of you might have figured out by me using the small parking lot as my metric, I had a parking spot lot there. Let's see. Large playground might work. But you know, when we unlock these, I'm gonna try putting a park right there. I think a park would work. Anyways, so next up, high school. We take the football field and we basically draw like right there, which is surprising. It surprisingly works in a way. So game, I should not be able to do too. Anyways, but you got sort of the road going up here. There's a part of my brain that really wants to figure that one out now. And it's kind of just silly for fun. But what we're gonna do is know full well we've got the road right there, and we try and pretend like we're not about to have a power line problem. Whoops, daisies. Let's delete that actually, which wound up being the whole road. So we're definitely gonna just sort of grid around it. Next up, we want to take that, give it a curve, like so. Then, from the looks of it, my original design had... So we're going to take a medium lot. Oh, this is so hard to see. So I want to say it'll be this one right here. Hello? Ah, whatever, it's a parking lot. No, because it actually works that way. That's the annoying part. Let's draw off road guidelines. I don't need road guidelines right now. Let's just bulldoze that while we're at it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Gets us back up here, get into there, pick up a parking lot, do this. Oh no, there was definitely some walk to that road. I don't know why I had the high school pulled up. That was weird. So let's do that. And then, we can actually fit a parking lot in there right like that. Nope, that didn't feel right. But you know what? I'm gonna deal with it. Oh wait, no. I was supposed to deal with... thereby adding some green space in front of the fields. Ay, ay, ay. So, yeah, that gets us our parking lot for the high school stadium. Bit of a change in design from how I was originally doing it, but meh, is what it is. And what we'll do is break this power line because it always causes me trouble. Okay, no, I need to go over by 1. Right there. And then we want road guidelines back again. And then that gets us a sort of second entrance. Could we expand parking? Yes. Are we going to review parts? Yes. Will we have the inevitable problem of what I'm about to develop is a sort of loop around the city? Maybe. But yeah, so off camera, definitely doing some development right there. Let's take our dear friend Mr. Powerline, put him back in because, you know, the game just doesn't like power lines running like this or something like that. So yeah, next step is... Oh, okay. So I think my biggest thing has been just for the sake of fun. We draw that out like that. Then we turn road guidelines back on. Fetch it to that like so. And then we turn off road guidelines again. This actually gives us more space to work with behind the high school. And I'm thinking we do that. There's an... Oh, God, no, we don't do that, though. Okay, road guidelines off again. Road guidelines back on. Lecture! This gives us this sort of curvy road back here. But the big thing I'm getting at is giving a bit of space between the railroad crossing and the intersection. Which, yeah. Anywho, so we've got our parking lots. My design did... Sorry, I keep pausing the game. It's now a habit because I was doing everything off camera. And I didn't want to move time while I was doing that work. But we have some space, put some parks back here, put some parks right there. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Have the children's clinic right there. Build up some... Oops. That was what I meant to do. What I meant to do was something akin to that. That's snap to the side of the building. Right. So let's do a The angle doesn't work. Okay. Snap to side of building. Turn off everything that is an angle. Turn off snap to side of building. Turn on cell. Just freeform it. And then that will get me that for the time being. And then we might put like a small parking lot to the side here, maybe? I don't know. But, you know, give the children's clinic a bit of a vibe, like it's sort of a part of all of this. Because I think... let's see if I can put a parking lot right there. I could. Now, if I did that, I would do it in the manner in which I did with the other one, which, open to interpretation right now. But yeah, so now we've got... Right? Now we've got the Livland Junction schools, which definitely will not be called that. Gonna need to come up with something for that. Joy. See, quarries are working. As we can see, this area building up pretty nicely. And then, like with this, I think you definitely wind up seeing the difference between the American style homes and the European ones. Like the European ones are more road facing. You got a gravel drive with a shed. I'm laughing right now because this actually looks like my one cousin's house, whereby you've got your main way here, whereby the house is, and then you've got just sort of a shed off to the side, which could be used as a garage, and also as your grill. And then you got this nice backyard area. Whereas, like I mentioned, American ones, they're just mobile homes. The 2x actually really make a difference, though. Both of these are, like, just single-person sheds. I say single-person, maybe somebody living with a spouse. They're starter homes. That's what they are. I feel like you could say that. Yeah. Whereby maybe by going with the 3 E/3s, I might have been being a bit, could have done something better. I was taking note of the assets and kind of wish I had gone through them before this stream, because it was something I was really thinking about, is how to make all of these fit. Speaking of, those are like that right now. Let's see what our air pollution looks like. So we have we've got some slight air pollution going on right here between Highland Street and the highway that wound up renamed at some points, probably when I did that. Whatever. Slight air pollution going through here, feeding into Grainview Park. It's barely noticeable, but there is also some slight air pollution seeping out. It's a slightly different shade of blue. But most of our air pollution at the present is situated in the quarries, which do not have rock crushers due to the activated fields. Deactivated quarries. I feel like I should be figuring something out for that, which is mostly just I didn't refill that in. But I think I should figure something out for that in the future. So, looking at our air pollution map right now, it looks like Quarryfield, in a lot of its iterations, can be greenlit. Grainview Park might be looking at a couple revisions, mostly just to deal with this corner right here, as any houses on that corner can and will complain about air pollution. Now, if nobody minds, I'm feeling slightly lightheaded because of a lot of talking. I was parched. Ugh. Oh, you look away for 5 seconds. It's gonna be a ban. I'm gonna need to put that in the rules, aren't I? Anywho, where were we? Outside of me needing to throw a text. And by text, I mean pulling open Discord. I feel like the voice in my head is telling me, hey, you remember what? Well, no. I know why I haven't fixed chat for the live stream setup. One is not really certain how I want to edit in at the moment. Other is I'm having fun with the different streaming products. Anyways, I think... Oh, there's a truck right here. And I think that is actually going to go to the... Yep. Do it! Do it! He's overweight! Pull him over, officer! Oh no, they hit the arm! And then he... Oh no, he's a post truck. This one's a post truck. Transporting. It drops off and then it just returns to where it came from. Okay, that's pretty cool. Emphasizes we're going to want to think about the logistics here, because I'm not saying we have a single road right here, which as we build up Livland Junction and when we build the external connectors, will get absolutely flooded because it's a bottleneck, so to speak. I don't want to call it a bottleneck, but it's our sort of single point of connection. So let's see. Yeah, so I'm only really leaving myself... Yeah, I've only left myself enough space for one expansion on this one. I don't think I'm really going to need it. But now... Holy shit. I've been so distracted I didn't realize we ran out of money. Oops. But... So, big point, we're going to drop a mailbox in over here. Because I know what I said earlier, but... So, my plans for building up a small town of Millersburg is it'll probably exist somewhere in here, but I don't... I'm not going to go through the effort of putting a post office there. Because of how big it is. So... Oh, crud. Okay, we're good. I was about to get concerned, like, oh, did I just put a European mailbox out there? But yeah, no, so now we have a mailbox out here, whereby people can just stop by, drop off their mail when they live out here, because, yeah, most townships are usually dependent on their local post office. So, at the moment, Millersburg will be dependent on the one in Livland Junction. Whereas we got the one up here in Lakeview. Now, realistically speaking, I do need to set this one accordingly, so... Oh, almost forgot Forester Park. And we'll include Madison and Wellsworth for now. So that one will operate out of those. And then we come in here. That's also on my to-do list. Let's just have both of them do Wellsworth. I mean, there's nothing there right now. But I know I move around a lot. But what? But we need to figure out our money-making situation. Because apparently we are losing a lot of money? Probably because I put that school in. Probably because I put those schools in. So, one of our options is, of course, to increase taxation. Because these people don't have representation. Okay, so... On one hand, I'm talking about building a park here. I still think we might put a park here. But what's hitting me at the moment all of a sudden is, you know what? Let's build this road out here. And then, like, this entire segment is just, like, a giant park. Let's turn off road guidelines, though. Let's try that one again. Let's insert a path there. Ah, darn it. Let's accidentally hit that. I swear I'm having fun. Turn that one off. Stretch you out like so. Grid again. Let's say right there. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad the recording's still going. Why did stream just crash? If the recording's still going good. Did we just recover? Just go into mission. So thing happened and things recovered. I wish I didn't. Let's move that speaker. I need a better view of the dash. Okay. So I still have a readout for the stream. We just like randomly crashed. But OBS is still going good. CPU performance is fine. One last thing I forgot to check is videos. Oh, that's mildly concerning. That might cause a problem. So let me double check how much storage space my last stream took. Actually, no, my streams are fine. I should probably troubleshoot that after the stream, though. Because, yeah, I think we'll probably just go 1 more hour. These 2-hour streams have been nice. But that's something to troubleshoot later. Yeah. So, where were we? We just finished this up. So, I'm thinking that will be a park space. And then we're going to have to think through all of this. This as well. But well, okay, you know what? Because we weren't going to do that due to air pollution. So let's engage in recognizing we have a very big problem that needs taken care of. So let's introduce more housing to the situation. And let's just keep... Oh, that was why. That's why. And I think that actually might have messed me up. It did indeed. No, it did not. That's better. So for some reason that one went dark, but the rest of them didn't. That's kind of weird. But yeah, we're just gonna go goodbyes, except for that right there. And this, of course, could... Oh! Okay, game. Just giving... Oh! And there it is! Pop Musician Mansion. I told you we get it this stream. Hopefully the Rock Mansion is gonna... Oh, sorry. Gotta change it to American. Yeah, that one should follow suit soon enough. I don't know, I just paused again. Okay, now I remember what was sort of going through my mind. So I think one of the things we're gonna do real quick is keeping up our European. Let's pop in about a 6x6 right there. Commercial, just to have like a sort of corner store in an area whereby we're just gonna we're gonna get the 6 deeps now, because my plan is that this part is where we're gonna start increasing the density as the center goes out. And it does strike me another problem we're going to run into is that we're not building up medium density or high density housing, which will definitely need developed. Of which, you know what? I think. I've sort of been against doing it down here, but I think I'm just going to introduce it. Just introduce a few row homes into Livland Junction. Next up. Yeah, so we introduced that there because the thing is, I feel like this one is definitely going to have a bit of a main street vibe. Not sort of main street, but heavily used street vibe. I'm going to leave about 4 there, and yeah, so this is partially whereby I've gone in with the 60. Next up is... Sorry. Yeah, so draw this out like so. Go at the 6 deep mark. Draw it over there. Suddenly, none of you have power or anything. Weirdos. But save us the 2. Actually, no. Yeah, save us 2. No. Save us 1. Draw that entire area out along the tracks. Yeah. So we have Junction Street. This one will definitely be main. That one's definitely Main Street. Because if you think about it, it's where it's where we take a lot of the whole build up in the city. What's also striking me is that the development of it right now. So we've got like that. Yeah, it's just interesting. Now, next question. Yeah, I don't think this one actually came
We
out.
interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
3 versus 4.
The Fire and Rescue Service reports that fires are currently spreading in the nearby forest.
So what we might
The
do
billowing clouds of smoke
is try and
pose a
keep this
serious
the
health risk
6
to anyone
wide.
above. At this time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
Oh! Oops. On the upside, we unlocked the Rock Mansion. I keep hitting V. Yeah, so we're just gonna wind up with a couple small homes there. Yeah, bye. Bye. I said bye. And then we just have this pathway here that goes behind all these homes, but does connect them up to the clinic. Which I did name, yes. We're gonna figure this one out. That might also be park space. And let's see where the game goes if I put in some low density right there. Good. Huh. I wonder. Oh. Sorry about that, mate. Okay, so we're still losing a good amount of money. And of course, most of it is indeed in services. Let's go to our services. Who is losing us the most money? Transportation. Let's maybe drop that to about 60%. Road maintenance, definitely don't want to bring down. But transportation we could bring down because nobody's really using it right now. It's just there so that I can have some fun. Yeah, so this is actually getting a bit concerning because by the time I hit this point in running everything, we were making good money. Could also be that I don't have it at speed 3 at the moment. And I sort of built everything up instead. Let's see what else we've got. We can do. Oh, we can put in the new... What the heck? I think that's North American. Yeah, those are North American. They give me like the weirdest European vibes. Oh well. Let's... Oh, so we've got a couple stores right here. Something and All, a convenience food store, plastic store, Ducky Toy. The best little toy store. So let's see what we picked up here. Chirpy Tech. Cool. I'm gonna move that at some point. Hey, now we're making money. Let's go. Okay. So, yeah, development right here is a bit wonky. Right there's wonky. I don't want to toy with the wonk right now. What I will definitely do, though, is institute a new block. go in here. Let's do... Oh. Sorry, mate. I pulled a silly. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we still do it over here, too. Next question. Very important question. Does this share a name? Yes, it does. So I think the interesting part to take note of here right now is just looking at the development. So right here, they have like main roads. In here, I use alleyways. Thinking about it, I probably could have used main roads there. But I sort of like using alleyways as a like narrower road that doesn't have parking. Anyway. So I'm trying to remember. We go about... What was that? 600? So I can go to 600, but I can't do 300. So, actually, let's go over by one. Let's call this the center. We have our center. Now, what I've done in the past is I basically just make this a giant circle. Though I think that should be open to a bit of revision. I'm still going to stick to some elements. So I do that. I do get exactly 4. Oh no, that actually fixed itself. That's good. Let's come in. Nope, that was wrong. Three by 3 or... No, I think that works. Turn off road guidelines. Pause that for a minute so we can get these corners in. You know what? No. Yeah, let's do 3 by 3 there. Much better. Excuse me. Okay. This gives us our first half. Obvious thing I think is that with this intersection right here, we don't want to build too much close to it. So I'm definitely not feeling putting in an entrance there. I think there's definitely an argument to be had about building this intersection down there, just because sort of at this point it's... Which in turn could lead to, say, people driving into here. Which actually I think I might do. Because heck, why not? Heck, why not? You know, it kind of actually works. Now, we might replace that with a pathway and then have to replace it with a road at some point. That is definitely an option. Let's see. Our next question is sort of how compact we want to make it. That, and also coming back in here to up. I had a retrospect moment. I keep hitting V instead of B. It's kind of annoying. There we go again. V instead of B. Okay. So we've got... Actually, we've got two centers here. I'm definitely going to delete that one because it doesn't fit with the design. But knowing that we're not going to modify this for a minute, let's call it... the Grainview circle. I mean, it's not a circle, mind you. But it is something. So, last things we want to do... Actually, we don't even need to do anything. So what I can do now is, say, take this and highway it all. Which, of course, does come at the cost of needing to rerun all these lines. Okay, I don't think this one... That one didn't connect. That one's connected. So I think from there... Let's just, for the sake of redundancy, try and find the road. I can't tell if these connected or not. Pitch down. I don't think those connected, so let's redo that. Connect to the road. Connect there, connect there. Redundancy! Yay! So these technically do pass through power lines. Gonna think about that one, since technically we have power lines passing through. Next step. Development. So, I'm thinking do 4 deep, because that's how I built this up before. It's about 4 deep. Oh, you know what? No. One. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, road. Something like that. So we build it out like, basically we meter it whereby there's about 3. No, this does give us... I need to move up. Okay, and then we'll think about that center. But what this does give us is, and good thing I didn't put that power line there, though I did put that sewer line there. That was a bad idea. So let's bring out our bulbadoos, do that, and then connect it into here like so. Because what I wind up doing is making sure none of these align. But cool, now we've got that taken care of. Let's move back to our North American theme. And realize I could have actually gone further with this one. Let me just confirm real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ah, bugger. Alright, round 2. Oh yeah, I need to address that in a minute. And we bulldoze that. Cool. Come from here. 4x4, 4x3. I'm thinking 4x3. 4x3, take that out for the time being. We'll replace it later. Don't do those corner lots now because oops, we have curved door. Because air pollution. Okay, now it should be symmetrical. What's even more interesting is this actually kind of plays out better than the original designs I was doing. Let's sort of meter that out to here. No, that doesn't work. I guess we could go for like a deeper one there. Yeah, maybe let's do that. Does it give us much? No. Does it give us something? Yes. And also it sort of keeps most of the housing off of the sort of loop. Actually, no. I do want to have housing on the loop road. So yeah, let's do something like that. Two, three, four. There we go. And we'll get rid of that center line right there. Actually, what we could do as well is something like that. Under which what we do, and I blundered a bit. We just line those up like so. And then we get reminded that, yeah, no, that was not how that segment was laid out, though. That was my bad. That was 100% my mistake. Anyways, almost forgot. Gotta reconnect this up here. And then we'll put R in there like so. do some nice corner lots, edge lots over there like so. And yeah, let's just have a community of 4x4 lots. Or I lied. And we already know that's going to hold up. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we could do instead is just institute a pathway there like so. Also, that most definitely feels off. 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't know, some just feels off there. But I guess I'll just deal. Couple smaller lots there. And... oh wait, no, that was why I got rid of that road. But then this doesn't play out. So we do something like that. Okay, now we just let Grainview build up. Whilst that's building up, maybe we just build in these pathways like so. They're already complaining that they don't have power. Did I forget to connect oops. My bad. Oh, I also forgot to do up this side. Big thing there comes at the cost of getting rid of that, so we will actually wait on that. Now we should be able to put these... oh no, we can't put those roads back in yet. Because what I should have done was figured out what sort of design we were doing here. Which I think will be that. Okay, that gets us all those new housing developments in. Wonderful. This does come at the problem of I need to bust out the bulldozer again because those connections decide to cancel themselves out. Sorry. Oh no, that shows it connected. This one doesn't show a connection. So I guess do that, come back up here, bulldoze there to get that. Back in for the power lines real quick. So we'll do that, and then we can actually afford to get rid of that road now, because we have our redundancy. So it seems like Grainview Circle renamed itself. So let's rename itself. And what we can see is there's already like a whole bunch of housing building up. Let's page up real quick, get rid of that power line, get rid of that connection because it sort of ends up harming itself. Luckily, I do have up here to give me a metric for where our sort of where our center is. So let's just keep Let's just do that until it sorts itself out. And then we'll let these build themselves up. Now that's built itself up. We come back in here. We take our paved alleyway, plop it in like so. Reconnect our electrical. Reconnect our sewer. And there we go. Now, let's just do a real fun, quick look at population. So Livland Junction now has a population of 347 with 50 pets. This, of course, covers the whole area, excluding these 3 developments. Forester Park has a population of 75, 48 at the moment in Grainview, and we haven't built up Quarryview. The bank account is revolting. It can't make up its mind whether or not we're making money or losing money. My computer systems are also revolting. They're pumping so much heat. Such warmth, such wow. And as a side note, we're about to hit the 2-hour mark, interestingly enough. Which is only a little bit concerning because of the fact that... hold on. I forgot to put districts here. Just to double check... Good. So we did the elementary school, let's do that school now. Where was I? It's warm. It's apparently grown a whole degree outside, according to my watch. But yeah, so I think the only goal of everything I had planned out when we might have a problem hitting this stream, because again, 15 minutes until we hit the 2-hour mark. I'm probably going to go 15 over because of that call. Oh, there's a site down there. The only goal we won't hit might be hitting level 6. We're going to be close on that. But I was on the fence about the geothermal plants. That's a future plan. That doesn't need to be this stream. But I would like to get the textile fields going. Yeah, this is a rather common sight, believe it or not. Is road maintenance truck out and about doing the road maintenance. Behind it, road maintenance level traffic. Let's just watch him for a minute, because we've had it speed 1 the whole stream. Or you know what? Maybe we just find him again towards the end of stream. Have like a fun little end of stream watch session there. Because what we're gonna do is speed the game up until it decides to make up its mind whether or not we make money or not. Do I have to raise taxation a whole %? I feel no remorse. And after all these people just bought their new homes at Grainview Park. Look. You can see the crops from here. Definitely. So one of the things I'm definitely going to do, because I do a lot of the detailing off camera, is probably figuring out what I'm going to do about the center here. Because this, again, it's going to be like that. We build up a sort of park in the center. So what I'm definitely going to do while it's on my mind... And let's just put a crosswalk right there. Did this one get... Yeah, this one got drawn in to have a crosswalk. So let's just draw... Let's not draw it all the way down there. Let's definitely draw it, like, right up to there. Oh, we haven't put the road back in yet. That will be another thing to do before we call it a night. City tools. Just put a crosswalk in right there. That way people can cross. They can come into, like, the center. And we'll figure out some sort of park setup. And now we're going to night mode. Yay! We can see the city in the dark. Whereby we can see distinctive lack of lights in certain sections. And what would obviously be a good amount of light pollution in other areas. We're doing fine here. Everything's fine. How are you? Oh. So, Brain.exe just kicked in. At one point, we were looking at our dear friend, the mail service. As we can see, the mail service still doing wonderful. We may or may not have just built our new developments by connecting them up to DSL. Definitely something I would want to throw at Colossal as a thing, because it's a general communications. It's how they did it. I do need to get further in the game because the server farm. But my point is, there's a difference between the wireless communications and general electronic communications, and most of that comes down to the wire versus the wireless frequency. So anyways, the biggest thing I'm realizing we need to do is plop down a tower. So let's play a game of, do we really even ask where the tower should go? Because what I'm seeing is we can fit enough of it in if we go, say, right there, like literally across from here. So why don't we just do that? Drop that down there like so. Plop down the telecom tower, which is gonna kind of get in the way of doing Grainview Park. So maybe we don't. And I say maybe we don't because what we do is we make it highly possible to triangulate the location of anyone who lives here by plopping down like 2 more towers. I mean, it's not going to be that much per month. So we'll come off of Dean Highway, whatever I eventually in the future decide to name it, and we'll build a service tower there. And then over at this intersection, can we actually? No, we can't. And in general, this is bad. What we'd want to do is build it in somewhere around here, like so. So let's build it back a ways. And then we will drop our service tower in 1 more. Right there. So now if we look at our this one is basically useless because it's not really servicing anyone. Oh. It also doesn't have power. That one doesn't have power. It would help if I gave it power. level 6. We did hit it in the end. But that should get power. It doesn't actually need anything other than that. This one, surprisingly... I don't know how it has power. But we're definitely going to feed it in. But yeah, no, so like that, we've hit level 6. And I think... How much did we get for... Oh, not that. Level 6. Milestones. So we got 8 expansion points, 6 development points. Which I think we could... Hold on, how many? 6. But we'll need to spend 8, 9. I think we'll do it though. Let's go all in on parks. All in on parks. We're going to build up one more industry out here. And then we're going to pretend we almost didn't forget that, no, actually, there was not a new unlock here, besides everything we just got. So what we're going to do real quick is pop open our resource map, because this road exists right here, so that I could find the area under which the fertile land sort of ended. Because we can build a livestock farm up here, which I probably could have done. But yeah, so let's maybe draw it in like so. We go zoning, get our textile farm. And then we're going to expand that. I'll probably expand that. I might expand that off camera. Let's go up here. Basically just follow this whole road. And that's going to give me the fun part. So let's come back in here so we can get that to full use. And there's our textile farm. And I think we'll actually drop one more in here along this road. Which I'm actually going to do the inverse of. Then we're just going to have a bit of a wonk right there while I delete this road. We're going to come in here to adjust the area. So we take that one. We would want to draw it at a 90, but that gets us our 90. And then for some reason, that one's not doing a fun 90. What we're going to do is draw that back, draw in a gravel road like so, and then realize we were actually going way too close there anyways. Draw that back to the gravel road, draw that right there, and then make sure that this is 290s. And then we delete this road. Because the argument I'm kind of going for here is just we're going to say these are smaller farms. Yeah. And then just for the lulz, no, I want the power line. It doesn't let me draw the power line. Or does it? No, it doesn't want to let me draw the power line. We don't need to. It's not actually a road that will make use of the power line. That will lose the power line connection, I should say. But yeah, so... we can draw up our parks. And then the next all-important question is going to be... what 8 tiles do we buy? Because again, I've done some looking ahead. What we can do is just buy these 8 and wind up finishing off a bunch of highways. And make some outside connections with roads. This, of course, comes at the cost of buying up these 3 tiles, which, you know, get rid of that. We can build up Millersburg next. Really get our sort of small town going. Strikes me that comes at a cost of... probably get rid of that if we want to do a bit of the river highway. Which is actually kind of hitting me with this whole, you know, if you think about it, in some regards, it goes through a small town, sure. But it's the more... this would definitely be the more highway route. Because it goes around, it will connect through Lakeview into... sure. It ignores Livland Junction, but Livland Junction is connected to it. With multiple connections. That would be a fun one. So yeah, next stream, figure that one out. We're not going to do that right now. What I'll most definitely do though is... oh, okay, no, the community pool will definitely be one we institute in Grainview and Quarryfield. But the rest of them would definitely be ones we'd be building up around the high school here. Well, definitely wouldn't be putting in the American football field. All the high schools already have that. But soccer, at least, would be one we would be putting in around the schools. None of these parks are, of course, going to fit. But what I was wondering... nope, outdoor... outdoor... it's a sport park. There is a large park, though, that I wanted... the large playground. I was going to say, that I kind of just make fun of because it's a large park. Now, we do have the large city park. This could be instituted somewhere in here, maybe. Definitely not the large plaza. That definitely has its place, though. Let's see. What are we going to look like? Skate park, outdoor gym. Yeah. Now, even though I said that, we don't actually... no, we need parks in Lakeview, whereby I haven't built up parks. But I've been ignoring that. What... oh. Hold on. You pop in something there. Right, so we need to figure that one out. I think... yeah, so this is probably going to fall off camera because there's going to be areas like right here and right here that it's going to be so built off of decoration and building. And then at some point we definitely need to figure... oh, you know what? Let's check the levels on these. So they're both up to level 3, almost level 4, so those are advancing pretty well. The air pollution situation, still not that bad. We do have the aforementioned problem of these areas right here not exactly suitable for putting in residential because of the air pollution problem. And let's see, what else is there? What else is there for us to look at before we sign off? Even though I promised going an extra 15 and... Oh, well, I guess we are in that extra 15 right now. Let's see, the landfill... Yeah, so off camera, I'm going to have to figure out where to put the rock and pop musician mansions. Those, I think... I keep saying it. Those will most... I want to say those will fall into this area down here because this is going to be... That's going to be where we get a lot more rural. We're not going to have a sort of Livland Junction sitting in the middle of crop fields. We're just going to have crop fields surrounded by houses. Which, speaking of crop fields, before I delete Cherry Lane, let's maybe add a bit to what we're doing. Let's do a couple more 5x4s along here. Oh, those are 6. Interesting. It does also strike me. I made a big deal about keeping these, and then I just built these up against the road. I'm not going to fix that. I'll be a hypocrite. But let's get one more field in. And now we have the dairy house. Okay then. Sorry, where are we going? Okay. So now... I'm going to say we're going to get rid of that. Truth is... Sure, that's a 90. Oh, No, because we're referencing off of that one. So we make sure that's a 90. No. Yeah, that's a 90. So I got something being wonky. Let's just go back 10 and add. Let's make sure that one's 90. This feels so questionable. Let's just do that. And now you know why I did all this off camera. Okay. Substitute that intersection there. Just that like so. I guess just make sure both those are 90. I have everything but B when I'm looking away from the keyboard. So there we go. Now we have the new fields. New fields. New housing going in on the nearby street. yeah. I think it's at this point I'm kind of just gonna end it here. Well, okay. I said I was gonna end it here. I did say we were gonna do a few things. Some of which is just looking out over the city. Oh, hold on. Overlapping. You see that point I was making about the power lines? There we go. The game just doesn't like it when you do power lines next to the road. So we got that going. We've got our new house under development there. I completely ignored that this whole section has been developed now. We've got all these houses that are built right next to the railroad. Definitely they don't want to be there when there's an accident, but, you know. Does anyone really want to live here in general? This one, you're like right near the intersection. You'll get the horn if, say, Livland Junction isn't a no horn area. Never know, they might actually change into that because of the that section right there, which in a way I probably should have had as a commercial development area. Oh well. Our block over here has been completed. I'm assuming none of these have really... No. We don't really have any level 2s over here at the moment. But like I said, most of the stream we have been on speed 1, so that's understandable. Actually, no, this whole community is only level 1. Except for, like, a few larger ones. And then, of course, we have our development of some row homes over here, just for the sake of having a bit of density in Livland Junction. I mean, there's still a ways away from a lot of the workplaces that anyone living over here would work at. But they're also next door to public parking, so not too much to complain about. It's not exactly walkable, but it's not a 5-minute city, I'll give it that. Then I think... Let's just pause the game real quick. And go ahead and play through that cinematic I started the stream off with. Let's just see how much the city has changed. Okay, hold on. Let's just make sure this part at least tracks. Okay. With that, I guess I'm gonna bid everyone adieu.